And this dramatic meeting is now less than 2 hours away, and the stakes could not be any higher. It was mere months ago that President Trump was warning of fire and fury to respond to U.S. intel officials warning that North Korea may have the ability to miniaturize nuclear warheads onto missiles that could reach the continental U.S. That's why the stakes could not be higher. So tonight, though, here in Singapore, there's optimism in the air. As the president has declared he's on a mission of peace, he just tweeted that the pregame meetings are going well, saying, quote, meetings between staffs and representatives are going well and quickly, but in the end, that doesn't matter. We will all know soon whether or not a real deal, unlike those of the past, can happen. That tweet and the one you mentioned appear to be aimed in part at the president shooting down pessimistic media reports back in the U.S. that a deal could be falling apart because Kim Jong Un's aides told the White House the dictator is planning to leave just a few hours after this summit kicks off. The president had left open the possibility of staying to extend this summit to a second day. He, too, is now planning to leave just hours after this gets going. But I'm picking up from senior U.S. officials that, A, the schedule is still fluid, and if they need to, they could add a second day, could change again. B, the U.S. side is confident they can still get the framework of a deal done in this narrow window of time. It all starts with a 45-minute one-on-one meeting between the president and Chairman Kim. Just the two leaders, no staff except for translators. Then 10 p.m. Eastern, this meeting expands to include the Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, a key bridge here. He's met with Kim twice, plus Chief of Staff John Kelly and National Security Advisor John Bolton. Then at 11:30 p.m. Eastern, the president and that core group will be joined by more White House aides for a working lunch with the North Korean side. Since it will be midday Tuesday here, a working lunch set up like the president's meal yesterday with the Prime Minister of Singapore. These conversations go on for hours, and then the two nations go their separate ways. The president will be able to go back to the hotel with his team, assess where they are, and then he's planning a solo news conference at 4 a.m. Eastern time, 7 hours after the summit begins. Now, Kim seemed very loose, as you noted, in the hours leading up to the talks, all that sightseeing, including a stop at a casino, a sign perhaps he's eager to see what he can gain economically from a deal. But Pompeo warned today, while there are economic incentives on the table, the U.S. is not pulling back on tough sanctions until they get a firm denuclearization from North Korea. Listen.
Sanctions will remain until North Korea completely and verifiably eliminates its weapons of mass destruction programs. If diplomacy does not move in the right direction, and we are hopeful that it will continue to do so, those measures will increase.
Now, think about where we are, despite the naysayers who are saying there's no chance of a deal. Back last August, Guam was on high alert as North Korean officials were warning that they might use medium or long-range missiles to attack U.S. military personnel and their families, others there in Guam. And there was fears this could be the start of a nuclear conflict. Here we are now, Martha, just a few months later, less than 2 hours away from the start of peace talks. Martha?
It's remarkable. There's no doubt about it. Ed, thank you so much. Ed Henry reporting from Singapore.